The Statistician General of the Federation and Chief Executive Officer of the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, Prince Semiu Adeyemi Adeneran, has emphasized that the results from the new Consumer Price Index is imperative to adequate policy decision and economic sustainability, applauding government's efforts to strengthen the nation's development during a press conference to announce highlights of the CPI rebasing exercise in Abuja. Prince Adeneran acknowledged that the methodology is in line with global best practices. Our business correspondent, Adeyemi, tells us more.
In what can be described as a performance appraisal of the rebasing of the Consumer Price Index (CPI) exercise and its relevance to the economy in Abuja, Statistician General of the Federation and Chief Executive Officer of the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), Prince Semiu Adeyemi Adeneran, explained that the new process is critical to the development of the nation and in line with the global best practice.
The process also allows statistical office like ours to introduce methodological enhancement to their computation procedures and align with global best practices. Under this process, MBS is not only bringing the base year closer to the current period from 2009 to 2024, but we have also introduced some critical methodology changes to improve the computation processes.
Highlighting the results, the Bureau Chief attributed the development to changes in prices of food, restaurant, accommodation, and transportation.
The all-item index, which is used to measure headline inflation for January 2025, was 110.7. And this index resulting in a headline inflation of 24.48% on a year-on-year basis for January 2025. This increase was mainly driven by food and non-alcoholic beverages, restaurants and accommodation services, as well as transport. The food index for January 2025 was 110.03. That's the index. And this index resulted in a food inflation rate of 26.08% year-on-year.
Prince Adeyemi unveiled further plans to introducing new indices for the benefit of policymakers and all users of the statistical data.
Going forward from now, NBS will be publishing some new special indices to inform policymakers. These special indices include Farm Produce Index, Energy Index, Services Index, Goods Index, as well as Imported Food Index.
Earlier in his welcome address, the NBS Director of Communications and Public Relations Department, Mr. Joel Sunday Ichedi, affirmed the critical milestone by the National Bureau of Statistics to achieving a reliable data.
This briefing demonstrates our commitment to transparency and accountability in the dissemination of statistical information.
The Statistician General further urged all stakeholders to visit the NBS website or contact the office for further inquiry. Adeyemi, ASO Television News.